Hey everyone, back again for another Supra video. So last video we went ahead and got the bulk of the intercooler made. And today we're going to finish and mount the intercooler. So what I have in my hand here, or I guess in between my index and middle finger, is the last piece that I needed before I can weld the tanks to the intercooler core. And what this is the flange for my TurboSmart power port blow-off valve. So what I'm going to do, set these down, is to put the blow-off valve off of the intercooler tank right there. So it'll be centered in this large rectangle here. And the reason for doing that as opposed to putting it on one of the intercooler tubes is there's a very real possibility that I may end up building titanium intercooler tubes for this thing in the future. For now they'll be aluminum, but if I place the blow-off valve on the intercooler itself, that makes it so I don't have to contend with doing it later on, and it makes this I guess for lack of a better description, a universal intercooler in terms of the material being used for the intercooler tubes. So as you see, the intercooler is in here, and I roughly got it positioned off of my floor jack there. And it may still move up or down a little bit, side to side, what have you, but it is at least up in its position. And I know this position of the car on the lift allows me to place the intercooler where I would like to. So in going with the idea of mounting, I went ahead and I made these two threaded bosses. See if it'll balance in my hand correctly. And they're threaded M8 125, should be roughly 1 inch outside diameter. And the nice thing with these is with them having a larger footprint like that, it makes the intercooler less likely to move around. And depending on how the intercooler feels once I get it mounted up in here, I may be able to get away with just having 2 mounts as opposed to having a third. But we'll cross that bridge later on in this video. So for now, I need to drop the intercooler out of here. I need to remove the coping on this flange. As you can see, it has this curved notch in it, so it'll fit better on a piece of tubing. I don't need that if I'm putting it on a flat section of sheet metal, but I'll drop the intercooler out. I'll modify this flange so it sits flat, and go ahead and punch the hole in the intercooler core, or in the intercooler end tank rather, weld this up, and then the tanks can be welded to the core. There we have it. That nice TurboSmart flange welded onto the side of this tank. And you may have noticed that we have a Wiggins flange there and a Wiggins flange there. And in looking at it a little bit more, I opted to weld the coupling flanges directly to the tanks, as I think there will be enough room, and if not, then I can do some interesting things with the tubing to make everything work. But at this point in time, with all the flanges and everything welded inside and out, inside and out, and inside and out, it is now time to go ahead and weld the tanks to the core. So this is usually my favorite part of doing this. You cram a ton of heat into it and a ton of filler rod, and it's just kind of caveman welding, but it's real fun. I do enjoy it a lot. So we'll go ahead, get the core preheated, and I can start buzzing this together. All right, after a lot of welding, a lot of filler rod, a lot of heat, we have a finished intercooler. So it's on the ground. Let's take a look. And I went ahead, put a logo on because why not? All the welds came out pretty nice. She is all solid now. And it's sitting at an angle right now. So let me throw my glove on. And we're at this angle because, as you saw, I went ahead and put the threaded bosses on the bottom side. So this thing still is pretty hot. When you pump that much heat into especially a piece of aluminum that acts like a big heat sink for that long a period of time, it takes them a little while to cool off. But once it does cool the rest of the way, go ahead, throw her on the jack here. And actually what I probably should do before putting it on the jack is to go in and cut off the old mounting tabs, as we aren't going to be using those any longer. And from there, I can position the intercooler where I want it, I can level it, and get right to putting the mounting tabs, or the new mounting tabs, on the tube nose here. Now we have the intercooler on the jack. I have two bubble levels on it. I have one up here and one down on the tube nose right there. And that tells me how level the intercooler is, at least to that bar in the chassis, which is level to the rest of the chassis. And long story short, make sure that both things are level and on the same plane. So I ended up moving the intercooler a little bit more to the driver's side, and that is to allow for more room to build this intercooler tube, and it doesn't really impede with the path of this intercooler tube. It'll snake around up to the throttle body there, everything will be good. So now that the intercooler is in place, I can get dimensions for the pieces or the tabs that will go off of that tube nose bar and allow the intercooler to actually be mounted. So let me get some dimensions for that and we can start making those. And now we have our mount tabs. So I am going to go ahead and triangulate these once I get them welded in. So I'll have a gusset that comes down on this one, gussets that come down on this one, and that should make it nice and strong and never have to worry about the intercooler drumming or rattling around. So I'll go ahead, I'll get these welded in, and then I can start on the gussets. And with that, we have the mounts for the intercooler all wrapped up and ready to hold it. So can't put it on right now. As you saw, I did spray paint them and the paint is still wet, but we can at least take a look at how the mounts came out. So up underneath here, you can see wet paint, but they're all nicely gusseted. This one, just a normal trapezoid gusset. This one wraps up along the side of the tube. They're welded on the top side with stitch welds on the bottom. And I guess you call them plug welds, or whatever the welds in the corners would be classified as, has those as well. So the mounting apparatus on the car is all taken care of, and as soon as the paint is dry, I can put the intercooler in, and I did go ahead and I ordered the Wiggins flanges so I can finish build the intercooler tubing. That'll likely be the next video. So that will wrap it up for this one. Made a decent amount of progress with finishing the intercooler, getting those mounts done, but that's going to wrap it up. So until next time, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll see you then.